Yo, 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 it's Big Ant, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV. Gotta come tap in real quick, man, on Nick Cannon responding to Viacom for being fired and removed from the company that he been with for over 20 years, since 17 years old, for his comments that he made on his classroom podcast. Man, this is a tough situation going on. He responded with this right here, and you can pause it if you want to read it all. I'm gonna just summarize it, man. This is a tough situation where he's basically saying, and they swindled him out of his company. Basically, he helped build this platform. He said he earned the position of being the youngest shareholder and writer and all these other things with all these companies that fall under Viacom, and it's a lot of them. So, basically what goes on is you have your things like MTV, BET, all these different networks you see, and it goes like that in different things where it's all monopolized and owned by one company when you break down all the gray area and the contracts and the smoke. So basically, Nick Cannon actually went on there and spoke on the past history of white people and the world, and related them to being barbaric and savages and things like that, from because they were at one point in time. If you look back at Vikings and everything like that, that's what they did, and that's what they did with the 400 years of oppression African Americans in America. This is a conversation that needs to be had right now. And, Viacom didn't like it, and they own so much stuff. And I guess they received backlash from their fans of different people. And it's like, okay, let's go and get Nick Cannon out of here. This is something we got to let go. They kind of jumped the gun fast. There wasn't a suspension going on. I don't even know when this episode aired myself. I'm not going to even lie, but they got rid of him. So this is tough. That means no more wilding out, man. That means no more nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's the biggest a brand is wilding out is gone now. So we don't know if he'll be able to get it back. We'll see what happens with it. I don't know if he wants it back now at this point, because they've shown where they stand with it. I think in my mind, in my opinion, he wasn't saying anything wrong at all. Let's be clear about that. The evidence is there. You got to be an animal and a savage to do what was done to African Americans in America. And even before African Americans, let's not forget the people that were here before, because I don't even want to call them Native Americans, because that's a forced name that we gave them. Whatever you want to call it, the Indians or tribes or whatever, I'm going to just say people. I'm going to just say people, because this was their land. They came over here, killed them, took their land, and had us come work on it. You got to be an animal and a savage, and this is what they, white people now, they don't, there's a lot of white people who don't have that mindset. Understand that. This is not a racist thing, because I have white friends. I have a lot of white friends and rock with white people tough, man, for real. But it is what it is when we talking about these ancestors. The facts are there. When you talking about the ancestral history of the culture of America, that's what it is. The ancestral history of the culture of the world. Look at the Germans, man. Look at all of them. Like, it is what it is. So he spoke on that, and he probably could have worded it a little bit better and said in past times, or spoke in past tense, so it wouldn't be generalized and couldn't be taken out of context, because it's clearly being taken out of context. If you know what he meant, you know what he meant. Now, he could have worded it different. I will be fair there. But understand, man, right now they trying to cancel any and everybody they can. So I'm expecting to see a Vlad TV interview to put more clarity on this real soon. Vlad doing his Birdman hand rubs right now, I guarantee you. So we will see that. That'll be a very good interview to sit down and watch. These two do good interviews together, and they make for good conversation. And right now, that's controversy, so expect to see that real soon, man. Hey, this is tough what they did to Nick Cannon, man. Shout out to Nick Cannon for holding it down, man, creating these opportunities for the youth and the entertainment for the youth, and being a boss for so long in this game. There are a lot of positions that people won't ever get. So shout out to Nick Cannon, man, for shit show. We rocking with you, dog. 1000, man.